ceviche for Peruvian is something that comes from here. The acidity, the saltiness, the freshness of the fish, the spiciness in the chili, that is something that everybody likes. I've barely met anybody that has said I don't like ceviche, because it's something that is impossible not to like. So I'm going to make a simple one you can make at home, that anyone can make at home, with ingredients that you probably have at home all the time. The ingredients I'm using today, I'm using onion, garlic, ginger, coriander. I'm using some celery as well, sweet potato, and the chili. Normally we would use a chili called ají limo or rocoto, but this we cannot find here in Dubai unless you order out, but I told you something that we use from home. So I'm using this chili here. It's you can use pretty much any chili that is not too strong. Those kind of chilies that just burn you are not gonna work. They have to be a chili that has some flavor in it, you know? This chili here, it's not so spicy, but it has a nice flavor to it. That's what I want. And fresh fish, of course. Rule number one, if the fish smells like fish, it's not fresh, don't eat it. It's supposed to smell like the ocean. It's just supposed to smell very, very fresh. I'm using these fillets of fish. I was in the fish market this morning. I had them fillet them for me, take off the skin. This is a sea bass. You can use any other kind of white, firm fish. Try not to use fishes that are too fatty, like Chilean sea bass or black cod, because this is going to do a contrast and it's going to kind of like crash with the lime. It's not going to be mixing or emulsifying nicely, so I recommend very lean white fish is the best option. I'm using sea bass, and of course we're using lime. Please don't use lemon. Lemon is going to ruin your ceviche. It's not going to taste good. Lemon is too sweet. We need to use lime. Lime is very sour, so therefore this is what is good for a good ceviche. Let's cut the onion in half. We will remove the heart, and only 2 layers of onion we will slice downward, just like this, to get a perfect julienne. In a bowl, I'm putting ice cubes. I'm adding some water to the ice cubes, and I'm putting the onion into here and setting it aside. This is going to keep the onions crispy, and it's going to take away most of this strong onion flavor. Now the chili, let's top and tail, slice it down the center and remove the seeds. And then we just chop like this, flip it over, and this way. Now the coriander, roll it up into like a cigar, and then just chop, 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 chop. Make sure it's chopped well. And now we will go with our leche de tigre, or tiger's milk. Of the celery, we're only going to use that much. So this will go into a bowl. Ginger. There you go. Only this much ginger. Give it a little crush and put it in. 1 clove of garlic. That's it. We're also going to do a little crush. Put it in. Some chili. Also crushing it all. Why I'm crushing it is because I'm bruising it. Okay? Everything has oils. These oils here are where all the flavors are. So when you bruise it, all the oils come out. Coriander. We're going to use stems and everything. And same thing, we're going to bruise it. Okay, also in. Now the lemon, we're going to cut it this way. The reason why we cut it this way is because this white part here has a very bitter flavor, and we just want the juice from the center. So it needs to be easy to squeeze. So we just grab it this way and squeeze it once, and done. Same with the other one. 1 time, and that's it. And the centerpiece, we just twist it. Now to this we'll add 2 cubes of ice, just to keep it fresh and cold. And let's crush some onion and put it in there as well. Let's go with the fish. So the fish here has the center part where all the bones are. We'll slice that part out and put it on a side. we'll use it for later. And the belly as well, we'll take it off. Clean off the dark meat, also set it aside. And we'll start to chop the fish into cubes. Just about this size. That's good. Now, the offcuts of the fish, we're going to put them into our leche de tigre, our lemon mixture, and put it aside. Okay, now we'll do the sweet potato. This will be like a garnish. So we'll just slice it like this. So I sliced them up very, very thinly, paper thin. Yeah. And to this we're going to add, yes people, Fanta. Why Fanta? It's sweet, so it's going to caramelize the sweet potato. And it's going to give it a nice, very bright orange color. So, just so that covers it. Yeah, and put it on the side. After soaking in the Fanta for about 10 to 15 minutes, we're going to deep fry it. There we go. We're going to leave it there until we see it's ready, a little bit soft. It's going to be soft at first when we take it out, but since it's got the sugar, it should become crispy after it gets cold. Yeah, so we separate them from each other so they don't get stuck together because it has sugar, it'll get stuck. Separate them and let them cool off. They'll become crispy very fast. So I have all my preparation ready. I've got the fish cut up, I've got the onions, the coriander, the chili. So I'm just putting ice and water into this bowl just to keep this bowl cold. Okay, so here's where I'm going to be mixing the ceviche. The first thing that goes in is the fish. Okay? Fish has been cut up nicely. And we're going to put some chili. Abundant salt. Okay, now we start to mix it. Before adding anything else in here, we're going to start mixing only the salt, the chili, and the fish. If I add the lemon first and then the salt, it's going to cure the outside of the fish. And then when I add the salt is not going to be able to go into the fish because the fish is like a little sponge. It's going to absorb all the salt. And then we'll add the leche de tigre wine. So just the chili, the fish, and the salt. Mix it in well. And now we're going to add our lime mixture. Just that much. And some onion, a little bit more. And the coriander. And let's mix it up. Just like this. So we give it a little taste. Okay. For me, it's still missing a bit of salt and a bit more spiciness, just a touch more because I like it very spicy. But here's where you go adding and you see if you like it less spicy, more spicy, salty, less salty. Things like this. Okay, you're gonna have to try it a couple times, and then we give it a final taste. Okay, that's very good. So now, in a plate, so normally I wouldn't use lettuce for my plating. I don't like using lettuce, but I have this one in the fridge and we're using what we have in our fridges, so let's use it. Why not? Should look nice. Let's put our fish inside, just like that, and of course the juices of the ceviche or leche de tigre. tiger's milk. Some onion on top. Right, and now our sweet potato chips. And for garnish, coriander on top. There we have it, guys. This is an amazing ceviche. So easy to make, so simple, and so delicious. It's amazing.